for Jacinthe Emard of Quebec. This is Stella Umeh, the charismatic Stella Umeh, 19 years old, just turned 19 at these championships. Two-time Canadian champion. She will not repeat, Alfie, because she did not compete in the compulsory portion of the competition. That's 50% of her marks, but she's a great competitor.
Yeah, the other day was the compulsory exercises, as you mentioned, Scott, and Stella really, as we said in the opening, is trying to preserve herself for the Commonwealth Games, and as I said, a smart move on her part. This has become one of Stella's strengths. I can't believe it. She has improved immensely on this apparatus. She's getting set for her second release skill, beautifully executed. Legs are locked together. Just her dismount, double twisting layout, and she tucks her knees slightly on the dismount. Of course, that will be a deduction.
High hopes for Stella Umeh on the part of Gymnastics Mississauga. One of her teammates, Stella Umeh, the two-time Canadian champion, all set to head out onto the beam.
Of course, this apparatus requires so much concentration, especially with a mount like that, a round-off layout. Timing, alignment, also very crucial, and this is what Stella's known for. A fabulous, fabulous tumbling skill that takes her through the entire length of the beam. A little bit of a balance check there on those two jumps. She has to be careful because it's skills like that, making those small breaks, that will give away those valuable tenths to the judges. Again, another slight mistake. She's not quite on today, Scott. She's making some silly mistakes on some relatively easy moves for Stella. What a nice surprise. Now there's a skill that Stella took out of her balance beam routine last year. She's put it back into the routine, obviously recognizing the importance of the Commonwealth Games coming up later on this summer.
You'll notice the apparatus on her right ankle. She's operating with a stress fracture on that ankle. Kept her out of the World Championships in Brisbane, Australia. She hopes it doesn't hurt her run at a potential gold medal in Victoria at the Commonwealth Games later this summer.
It's kept her out of a lot of competition this year, so she hasn't competed very much. The Nationals really getting back on track, and look at those eyes. She knows she's made some silly mistakes. Always
very expressive, Stella Umeh.
Now things started off extremely well.
Welcome back to the UPEI Fieldhouse in the 1994 Canadian Gymnastics Championship. Scott Russell along with Alfie Schlegel. Alfie, you had a chance to spend some time with the two-time Canadian women's champion, Stella Umeh, really quite a character.
Scott, it was really nice to spend some quality time with Stella, seeing that this would be her last national championships. It was very special.
Here's a portion of that conversation recorded on Stella's birthday.
Stella, you decide not to compete in the entire nationals, which means you can't defend your title this time around, but does it bother you that you're not going after your third consecutive national title?
I don't really, it doesn't matter to me how I come out at nationals. I wasn't really interested in going for the title again because I'd done what I went in to do and I accomplished my goals. I just want to go and compete and give as much pleasure as I possibly can to all the people that have supported me throughout my gymnastic career, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Was it a little tough watching the World Championships? A lot of people surprised not to see you there. I know you've been in a number of World Championships, and it might have been a bit tough to sit at home and watch that one go by.
It wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but I seem to have got over it really quite quickly because I knew that I was injured and that it would probably be best for me if I had stayed home to heal my ailment. So I just went and I watched it and I cheered my teammates on.
Speaking of the injury, where's it at? And how are you feeling, and are you going to make it through?
I have a stress fracture in my medial malleolus, and it hasn't completely healed, which I'm not expecting it to, but I can't let that get in the way anymore because it's been my nemesis for the past year and a half, so I've just got to go out there and put it completely out of my mind.
So you've basically learned how to train with it. It's always there?
I've learned how to train with it. It's going to always be there. It's going to be there for another 2 or 3 more years, so I've just got to learn how to deal with it quicker.
This is an important year, Commonwealth. Big event for you. This is your goal. You'd like to end your career at the Commonwealth Games. At least that's what you've said in the past. You started your international career 4 years ago at the Commonwealth in Auckland, and that was a wild way to bounce onto the scene. But this one is extremely important to you, isn't it?
Yeah. Commonwealth Games is a very, very important meet for me. That's how I came out to scene, like you said, and I've always wanted to leave that way because I knew that Commonwealth made such an impact on my life and my gymnastic career.
Your family really makes a point of traveling all over the world with you. I think your mom, Patsy, is just as important or as well known as you are, Stella, but it's important for you to have your parents there, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's going down to watch it. It's going to be a big shebang, and the whole family's going down because it's the last time. Actually, we'll all be together because I'm going away to school the next month, so spend some quality with the family and just, do it in the venue that we're always doing at the gym.
Well, the Commonwealth Games doesn't mark the end of your gymnastic career. You've made a pretty important decision. You've accepted a scholarship, so you'll be doing gymnastics for a little while longer.
Yeah, I've accepted a scholarship at UCLA, and I'm looking forward to that because it'll be something completely different from what I'm doing. I'll still be doing gymnastics, and I'll still be training as hard, maybe even harder, but it'll be for different reasons, more team rather than individual, so I'll just be going out there and having a really, really good time for 14 or 15 other people rather than just myself.
Well, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Looking forward to the last performance here. Have fun.
Thank you.
And congratulations and cheers to
Thank
19.
You. Thanks.
19 years old, now her last Canadian Championships, and there's her mom, and there every step of the way, Patsy Umeh, and maybe Stella's looking ahead toward Victoria with this, her floor routine.
Scott, they still love her here at the Nationals. Boy, she just squeaked by at the end of that floor routine. You can imagine how difficult it is on that very stressful ankle. But it's tumbling passes like this that still keep Stella very much in the game. An opening double layout. One of the most difficult tumbling passes you can do on the floor exercise, and this is new, and I like to see this. Stella's still trying to make changes, not quite enough height there, but again, a very tough tumbling pass that she threw in at the very last part of her floor routine.